actually a party.
It's a party, Seth.
Look at us, 10 years.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you very much. And while you pour that, I'm
Yeah.
assuming that's for us.
Yeah, we're gonna drink this continually for the rest of the night.
Okay. Here's a photo. This is just to tell you how long ago 10 years was. A different set. We're different people, but look at us. There we go.
Look at us. Look at how young and disgusting we look.
Oh my God, we're so much older and better looking now.
We look so much better
we look
looking now.
so much better now.
Seth, I'm kind of nervous.
Why?
I don't know. This is a big night. Congratulations.
Thank you.
On your anniversary.
Thank you. Cheers.
Congratulations.
Cheers. It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
You've noticed something about me that I feel like not a lot of people have noticed, which is out of the talk show hosts, I have a little bit of hand action that maybe others don't.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to make you self-conscious, but
Okay.
I've been studying your work.
Yeah. You brought
And-
some photos to
Yeah,
prove it.
and I feel like, and you guys might have noticed this too, but I feel like Seth loves to gesticulate.
Yeah.
Like when someone is on, you like to paint a picture with your arms.
Uh-huh.
And
These
your
are some
hands.
examples
Let's
of,
see.
and I look at them and now I will definitely be in my head based on what I'm doing.
See?
Like, I don't
see,
quite figure
look
out
at-
what that is.
Look at how much you use your hands.
Yeah, that's, I know.
And a lot of people don't know that you used to be a hand model before you were. You have gorgeous
both
hands.
in a thresher,
You have gorgeous
and then they were
hands.
like, we can't, yeah. Gorgeous hands.
Yeah,
Thank you so
but
much.
I think you should start calling yourself the Great Gesticulator
Oh.
because
That doesn't roll off the tongue.
it sounds kind of dirty. It sounds kind of dirty.
The Great Gesticulator does feel like something like downtown cops are trying to catch.
Well, now you're right.
They're like walking
right.
up and down the subway being like, we're looking for the gesticulator.
You're right. You're right. You're right. It is someone that would be like a case that would be solved in 20 years.
Yes.
Speaking of 10 years, dude.
Yeah?
You've been on the air for 10 years.
Yes.
This is a big deal.
And you, as a real testament to your friendship, you've been on the show 18 times.
Oh my gosh.
You went
Seth,
back and watched the first episode. Do you have any
I
memories?
did. I watched the first episode. Oh, where's my camera? I watched the first episode, and the chairs were really weird.
Yeah, they were weird chairs. They were too small.
And the desk was
too
weird.
small.
Yeah. And you were weird too, because you were just starting. And I was fine. I was totally relaxed. No, but it was really, really cool. And Fred, you were there. Fred was there, and it was just great.
I like that you're now talking about this like Dorothy in Wizard of Oz.
And you were there, and you were there, and the camera was there. Yeah, but it was pretty cool to see it. But it was really sweet.
Yeah, 10 years, a lot of things
A
don't
lot of
last.
things don't last 10 years. I have to say, I always knew, even back then, how good you would be at this job.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
You're incredible at this job. This is an incredible show. You have persevered. Look, I'm gonna get him to cry. I'm gonna get you to cry, bitch. I'm gonna get you to cry.
Wait, I thought you were going to get me to cry by saying something sweet. Is it by chanting cry? That is a totally different thing that I was expecting.
Okay, you're right. This is too much pressure. But you are so good at this job. You guys have persevered. This has not been an easy 10 years. A pandemic and a strike. You've had 10 children, I believe.
I've had 10 children.
Yeah.
We currently know where 3 of them are. Which I think
The best three.
Pretty good.
The best three
The
ever.
best 3 we still got.
And so you have gone through a lot. I'm like so proud of you.
Thank you.
And I really want you to take this moment, take it in,
Okay.
feel your feelings.
Okay.
Okay, don't bypass your feelings. Don't try to say something funny. Okay? Don't be funny. It's just a defense mechanism. Wally, you understand. Don't look at the cards. There's nothing there. It's all right here. Okay? It's right here. So take those hands that you like to gesticulate with, put them on your heart. Don't cover your mic. Put them on your heart. Put them near your heart, but don't cover your mic. Yeah. Put them near your heart.
I feel like this is weird. I feel
It's
unnatural.
it's not weird, right? You guys, it's totally natural. Yes, they want you to cry. Okay.
All right. Well, maybe will you stick around?
Okay. Don't ask me questions. Yes, I will of course stick around.
Okay.
But before we go to commercial, which seems like what's happening now, I just want to ask you this. Does anyone ever ask you how you're doing?
Oh.
What you're working on? How your weekend was? Do they? Do they, Seth? Now that you have celebrated 10 years, how are you keeping the show fresh?
I
You know
feel
what I
like,
mean? Like,
that's a
if
real
the
table turn right off the bat. Maybe that's how I'll keep it fresh. I'll just say to the guests, why don't you come out and ask me a tough one?
I'm just curious. Are you opening up the show to other shows? Kimmel was on here. It's like, are you dating other shows? Are you like, are you keeping the show?
That's why I'm keeping it fresh.
sexy?
You know what? I'm gonna go do Colbert next week.
That's what I mean. Switch it up. Switch it up.
Yes.
No, that was so fun. That was amazing.
It was great to have you here. And another thing that's incredibly cool is, you know, we've been doing this show 10 years. Inside Out, 10 years ago.
I know. I can't believe it. It's
That's
been a wild 10 years.
That's been a wild 10 years. And can I tell you something I remember? And maybe you don't remember this. I remember when you were working on the first Inside Out.
Yeah.
Because I know it takes a long time to make one of these.
Yeah, because they're so good.
They're so good. For real, though, you said, I think this is the best thing I'm ever going to do.
I still maintain probably the best piece of art I've ever been involved in.
And there was and at the time we were doing Update together, and so I was like, okay.
I was like, literally best working experience, best partner ever in Pixar, best person to my right.
That was weird.
Yeah,
You kept talking about who was to your right.
Right, yeah.
I was like, that's weird. He was like a sound engineer. I really liked him. I can't remember his name, but he was my guy.
He's my guy.
Before we get to the movie, you have actually been taking this all over the world.
Yes, I am on a world tour.
You're on a world tour.
I went to Australia and the UK this week, and I got in last night, and I'm so jet lagged that I don't know what I'm saying right now. You know when you talk and your voice sounds like the Peanuts characters? So I apologize in advance for all the things that I get wrong.
Great.
And I'm very, very jet lagged, and so I can't really tell stories right now. So you do it. You do it.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks, Seth.
Great.
Tell me a story.
You want me to like tell a story as you, or just tell you a story?
What are you doing with your summer? Like. No, anyway, yeah, but we've been in Australia, we've been in the UK, it's been awesome.
Did you, so Anxiety's a new character.
Yeah, Anxiety shows up in Inside Out 2, for those of you that don't know, and kind of takes over, because our character Riley is going from 12 to 13, new emotions arise.
Anxiety's a big one. Do
Yes.
you have, I've never been lucky enough to go to Australia. Did you have any anxiety about that flight?
Well, oh yeah, the flight.
Yeah.
Dude, we went from Australia to the UK, which is a 22-hour flight. Yeah, I know. I'm such a hero. Like, it was so hard. I had to watch Moonstruck. So good. Should we talk about Moonstruck?
I would love to talk about Moonstruck. I watched Moonstruck like
Dude, okay,
5 years ago.
Okay, thoughts.
It's great.
So good, but.
But 2 different movies?
Yes, I was gonna say. First of all, Nicolas Cage, so hot.
So hot. Like tight white tank.
White tank, yes, sweaty.
Yeah.
He's like making pizza.
Hair's going everywhere.
Teeth like a
Big old
graveyard.
mustache.
Teeth like a
Oh,
graveyard.
yeah.
Cher, so hot.
So hot.
Gorgeous.
So hot.
And zero chemistry between
None.
the two of them. If you watch it again, they hate each other.
Yeah. Well, Nick Cage genuinely might be acting like he's in a German expressionist film. I might actually have read an interview where he's doing it. Doesn't he have a wooden hand?
He has a wooden hand, and you can tell the whole time Cher's like, this hand. See, I swore!
Yeah.
I swore!
Yeah, that's okay, because the part of your mind that knows about standards is 8 hours behind.
I'm so jet lagged, but I can swear if you're jet lagged, right?
You can swear if you're jet lagged.
Is my fly open? Okay, God, no. I just got so scared. I got so scared that my fly was open.
The whole time.
Oh, God. The whole press tour. The whole press tour should open.
Not just today. There was somebody who was doing a really... Pixar does this really funny prank where when you get ready for press, somebody comes over and is like... They go, oh, you have a little piece of fuzz.
No, it's cute. It's a little mouse, and it goes, it pulls your fly down. Oh, okay,
Well,
sorry.
they animate a mouse to pull your fly down.
Sorry, so back to Moonstruck.
Yes.
Anyway, great movie, Olympia Dukakis. What an actress.
Danny Aiello, right?
Danny Aiello. And then
Great.
I also watched Parenthood.
Yes.
So good.
Airs so that ages so well.
I know. Yeah, it really does.
Tom
Steve Martin.
Hulse, the great Tom Hulse.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Really.
So that's all I have to say about
Will you just give me, because you're jet lagged, will you just give me your best Cher yelling snap out of it?
Oh, yeah. Also, two slaps, which people forget.
Oh, I forgot there were two slaps too.
Yeah, two slaps. So she slaps, and then she slaps again.
Oh, that's good. The
And
second
she's,
slap's
so when
good.
does she do say, so hold on, let me get this right. This is important. So she says, slap. Snap out of it. Slap. Again, I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
Very good.
It's not good. It's not good.
Now, did either, we are both unapologetic criers.
Oh, God, we love to cry.
I
I
know.
feel like I've seen you cry a lot.
Oh, I cry all the time.
You cried so hard when you said goodbye to SNL and you and
Cried so hard.
Stefan and
I cried not when you said it, but right after you left, saying Pixar was the most fun you've ever had working. Cried real hard that day.
And Inside Out is such a good way to make you cry too. Okay, we love to cry.
Oh yeah, Inside Out's great. But
Yeah.
did you cry on the plane? Because Parenthood would maybe get you.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't cry on the plane. You know why? Because they made an announcement that chilled everyone to the bone. Because everything was fine, luckily, but we were flying into Singapore. You have to fly 8 hours to Singapore and then another 15 to the UK. And when everyone was about to land in Singapore, they were like, just as we are getting ready for landing, I want to remind everyone that if anyone is found with drugs, it is punishable by death. Yes, they said by death on the plane. And they said that includes any edibles, and you could just hear everyone in the plane just be like, gulp.
All right. Can you do something for me?
Yeah.
All right. I want you to be. You're wearing headphones and you're watching a scene that's about to make you cry.
Oh, no
okay?
problem.
And then you hear that announcement, and I want to see your face as you transition from an emotional movie to the reality of that.
Okay, sorry. Can I get my direction again? What? That's such clear direction. Okay,
So you're watching a movie.
Okay.
It's getting you emotionally.
Okay, sure,
You're
got it.
getting choked up, but then you hear the announcement, and I want to see your face as you transition away from your. Okay.
And I hear I get it.
Okay.
Okay. Are you gonna do the announcement?
Yeah, but you have to get started.
Okay.
All right.
I'm there. I'm already there. I'm there.
All right. We're about to land in Singapore, and we want to remind you that if you're caught with drugs, it's punishable by death.
Oh no. Small, that's small.
You know what you just gave me? I was looking for Cher, and you gave me Nick Cage.
I mean, you gotta go Nick Cage. One or the other, you gotta go Nick Cage.
I cried today. I almost forgot to tell you.
What did you cry about?
I watched a video, and this is a tie-in to you being in Australia. The Australian goalkeeper on the women's national team is retiring, and she gave the #1 jersey to like her who's taking over.
I love a sports cry.
Oh yeah.
When someone's getting induction to the Hall of Fame and they're like, my mom is the real MVP,
Yeah.
forget it.
Watching anybody, and I will say I liked an Australian getting a little because they don't.
No, they don't.
They seem like they'd
They're
never
up.
cry.
Yeah, they're
It's
up.
like, and I just want to say.
I really enjoyed being in this sport.
But certain things come to an end.
And life really hands you things you can't. Oh, sorry, I lost it. I got two. Yeah, jet lag.
This is
Jet lag.
very cool. First of all, can I this is a piece of art.
Isn't this cool?
The Pixar. I mean, obviously, I've got a lot of hard feelings towards Pixar. We've established it, but now I've completely turned around. This is a piece of Pixar art with the Inside Out characters here on this show.
Isn't that cool?
This is, I guess, just basically my emotions while I'm doing a show.
Yeah. Yeah,
Over
I
the
know,
course
and I
of
would
it.
love to hear, like, it would be fun to think about who voices the voices of your head, like, who is anger in your head? What is that voice?
You know who I would think I would? I mean, again, with all due respect to everybody in this, because the voices are
course.
perfect. I would like Bill Burr to be my anger voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, that makes sense, because they should have a Boston accent.
Yeah, some version of like tied to where you're from. I
Yeah.
feel like Bill Burr is a very good.
I feel like most of the anger that's happened in my life is done with a Boston accent.
Yes. I think it's weird. Like, some people are like, when I go back home, my accent comes back. And I'm like, every time a mother cuts me off.
You're swearing too!
I just got back during commercial, I went to New Zealand.
Fish and chips.
Joy, I do think Joy, since you're taken, you mentioned it, Martin Short.
I think somebody asked me who would be the voice of Joy in my head, and I immediately thought of Martin Short.
Yeah, I think he's one of the most joyous
he's
people there is.
So joyous and fun and funny too, but I called him and he's not available, so.
Oh. Anxiety, we mentioned anxiety is a new one. Do you, how are you handling anxiety these days?
Wow. You know, what I genuinely love about the film is, like, it's about Riley's coming of age, but we all deal with anxiety all the time. So it's kind of beautiful how they approach it and deal with it. And I'm not dealing with mine. So what about you?
Not really. Yeah, no. Yeah. I feel like, well, look, I think one thing, we have kids, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm just like so concerned about their anxieties that I don't give a lot of time for my anxieties.
Yeah, I feel like I do this thing, what I think is pretty healthy, which is like, push it down.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's probably not the message of Inside Out.
No, theirs is an opposite message.
Yeah, but you're like you're so busy doing a press tour for that message that you have to push yours down.
Yeah, while I talk about how important it is to feel your feelings, I have to smush mine down and say, shut up. Don't come up here.
Don't come up here.
You have to work.
I'm doing press.
And I'm like, but my fly is open. And it's like, no, it's not, dummy. That's the kind of stuff how I do.
That's the kind of stuff you do.
Yeah.
How do your boys, are they excited? I mean, I guess they've kind of maybe aged out of Inside Out?
No, never.
Great.
I don't think anyone ever ages out of any Pixar film, right? I mean, I feel like exactly. But, I mean, it's been really, I love that teen thing that happens where friends become more important than your family. Like, it kind of is where you start, like, who you hang around with is important.
Yeah.
And that is definitely, like, in this film, the character Riley, like, starts to care about, like, the stakes are about her friends, which I kind of love. But yeah, we're in Teen Town right now in my house. It's pretty fun. I don't mind it as a, well, you got some years to go.
I got some years to go. What if I say a few things and you tell me what emotion you feel when I say
it? Very good. And another acting exercise.
Okay, great. And by the way, do let me know if my direction notes are unclear.
Okay.
Give yourself permission to just, like, start laying into me.
Don't get all close and say, give yourself permission. Oh, my God.
Your boys come home and they're like, hey, we got tickets to a UFC fight in Mexico and we want to go.
Oh, my God. Anxiety, fear, just a hard no. Whatever the hard no emotion is.
All right, what about, like, we've got tickets to a UFC fight in Mexico, and we think it would be so much fun if all three of us went.
Oh, that's going to be a hard no. It's going to be a triple no, as the kids would say.
No,
it's going to be a hell no, dog. No, yeah, I feel like, I don't know, jet lag. I don't remember what I was saying.
That's it. You had a wonderful podcast earlier this year, Say More with Dr. Sheila.
Did.
And there's a new one with our dear friends Emily Spivey and Liz Kukowski.
The best.
Women Talking About Murder.
Yes.
And this is an improvised comedy crime podcast.
Yes.
From two of the funniest people we know, and I love it so much.
It's so funny. Emily Spivey, Liz Kukowski, writers. They wrote Wine Country. They wrote on SNL, and they play women who are obsessed with true crime, and one of them goes missing. So do check it out.
I'm so happy you're here.
I'm really happy to be here. It's the end of the summer. Here we go.
Yeah. Very nice to have you mark the end of the summer. I've been lucky enough to see you a few times this summer.
We've had a couple nice times together.
We went to a lovely dinner with our friends Rachel Dratch and Rashida Jones.
The best.
And the best part, though, was, do you remember we were at the dinner? You're very good, I think, sometimes, because we were talking about, we were being very opinionated at dinner.
Yeah.
In a way that we are.
Yeah.
And you clocked the person one table over, because it was one of those New York restaurants.
I have what is called situational awareness.
Yeah.
And I'm always I really do have it.
Yeah.
And,
didn't roll my eyes. Yeah.
I'm aware of you rolling your eyes. No, but when you're at a big table and then you sit next to a person who's by themselves,
Yeah.
you assume they're listening.
Yes.
So there was a woman by herself, and I said, guys, let's keep it down. Let's use initials
Yeah.
because this woman is definitely listening.
And it was a full 15 minutes of us speaking very coded language.
Yes, we were talking in codes.
It was very,
Yeah.
let me just say, it was very unsatisfying. I don't think any of us were enjoying it. We all felt as though we were sort of like, we'd been hobbled in our efforts to catch up.
Yeah.
And then her friend joined her.
Her friend joined her, and then they both started speaking fluent Russian. And I was dead wrong. She did not care who we were and was not listening.
No, it was the most satisfying moment of my summer was when those two started speaking fluent Russian, because we all very slowly looked at you and you're like...
And I was like, niet.
You Inside Out 2 was the last time you were here.
Yeah.
You don't need help promoting that. That
Nope.
movie is good. You good.
Great. Me good.
So I guess my only question is, you're here, and yet you don't really need the promotional arm of this show.
Thank you for asking, Seth. Thank you for having me on. I've come on a lot, and I've been like hilarious and stuff, and I'm tired of that.
Oh.
I want to be considered an intellectual, like a smart guest. You have great authors on.
Yeah, we
all the
do, a lot.
time. Jasmine Ward, you had
Wonderful.
on. Hernan Diaz, incredible. So I want to be an intellectual guest from now on. I want to talk about
every time?
smart stuff. Well, we'll see how it goes. But this coincides with the fact that I gave myself the challenge this year to read 50 books. So I'm trying to read 50 books.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Anyone can say it, I guess. You guys are just clapping that I said it. But I'm at 30.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm
so
at 30.
you're maybe a little behind pace. Is that right, or?
I think I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I mean,
I'm just saying, if it's August, you only got 4 more months, so you're averaging what, like 15 every 4 months?
So like how many of
You're
you
gonna come
read?
out to
Like how
45.
many?
You're
Like
gonna
how
be
many?
five short.
Like how
You're gonna
many
be
have
five
you
short.
read? Like how many have you read this year?
I didn't set some weird goal.
Okay, great. So I'm a little behind. I am a little behind. And I was talking to these guys at dinner. I was telling them that was my goal, and you were saying you should come and talk about the books that
so
you read.
this is now-
So this isn't a joke. These are actually books that I've read that I wanted to talk about. And it's time to get back to school. People have to do their required reading.
Yeah,
these aren't fake glasses.
Yeah.
These are my real glasses. And I'm gonna go. I took some notes on some books. Do you guys want to hear some books that I enjoyed this year? Great.
So the first, these are real books. Dr. Fart and the Fart Monster.
Oh God, a thriller, by the way. Okay, so this is the first book I read this year, 10th of December, George Saunders.
The best?
It's been out for a long time if you haven't read it, but it's, he's a genius. I had never read it, and the great Tina Fey recommended it to me. We were on tour,
friend.
and she said, you should read that, and it's a lot of short stories, so you should be able to finish it.
Yeah, I've read this book.
Oh, you have?
He's been a guest on this show. If this purpose of this is to burn me, you're off to a bad start. Can I tell you, Home is one of my favorite short stories ever.
Which one was that? Is that the first one?
No, it's like near the end. It's the guy, the soldier who goes back to his family.
Yes. That's good. Okay. All right, you can beat that out. Okay.
Okay.
Next hot one, All Fours, Miranda July.
Yep.
Great, sexy book. Yeah, you've read it.
I will say, this is the buzziest book of the summer that I've heard people talking about.
Agree. And have you read?
I started this book and I'm enjoying it a great deal. She's not for this book. She's been a guest on the show. I'm a big fan of Miranda's.
Yeah. Which part of the book are you relating to more, the menopause or the affair with the gas station worker?
They're both getting to me?
They're both getting you. Yeah, I understand. Okay, that's great book. Keeping the hot stuff going, because sometimes that's what you need in the summer. This book, Vladimir, Julia May Jonas.
This is hot stuff?
Hot stuff.
Okay.
In a weird way.
Okay.
The best kind, right?
Hot and weird.
Hot and weird.
Yeah.
That's what I
They
want.
always say about Amy.
That's
They
what
like
I
it hot and
wanted.
weird.
That's what I won in high school. No. Okay, Vladimir is... Vladimir is a take, like another take on Lolita, basically, right? Which is, but it's flipped, so it isn't gross.
Okay, yeah.
Where where a woman becomes obsessed with a college professor becomes obsessed with a younger guy, and it's really funny and good, and I would highly recommend. And
Okay,
it's
great.
also kind of hot.
All right. This is exciting because I've never read anything by Virginia.
Oh, okay. So I gave myself the challenge to every 15 books read a classic.
Okay.
I started with George. 15 was Virginia Woolf, A Room of One's Own. It is a long essay about this, at the time, ahead of its time idea that every woman needs a room of one's own to write and to create. And the best thing about this book is it's so lauded, and the worst thing about it is it's really, really boring. And I tried so hard, and I got through it barely. And I don't want any of the wolf heads, the wolf pack, the Virginia wolf heads, but just know that the gist is great.
I will say, I thought it's so short, but then, excuse me, I'm a sneeze.
Oh my God, a sneeze! Everybody stand up! Sneeze! Hey!
On talk shows, the people never sneeze on talk shows. You gotta stand up. All right, move on.
Okay. Excavations, great book by Kate Myers, no relation.
Okay.
And it's about women descending on an archaeological dig site.
Women.
I know, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
We can definitely find some weird book where a guy lusts after some young girl for 480 pages. Okay, excavations. I love the idea of digging things up, things being buried, but I always want to know, if you watch TikTok and you see things being uncovered, did they just put it there?
Oh, interesting.
I'm always curious if they
Okay.
just put something there.
Okay, gotcha.
So, archaeology, is it real? Okay, Anne Lamott, incredible writer. We all love Anne Lamott. She tells us about carbonated holiness. Somehow is a beautiful book. Thoughts on love. We all love love. It's a summer of love.
Okay.
Anne Lamott is to writing what Jack Black is to singing. Joyful, so talented. Every time I hear it or read it, I want more. I love
What a
him.
wonderful analogy that makes me
Okay.
want to jump right in.
How are we doing on time?
We're doing great.
Okay, great. Little Penguins. So, okay, I'm gonna have to read a few children's books to get to 50.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not gonna make it. So, but this is a great book.
Okay.
Beautiful book by Cynthia Rylant and the talented Christian Robinson, who's an incredible illustrator. It's like Snowy Day, Ezra Keats. It's a thrilling tale.
Okay.
Marvel has the rights. Okay, and then I've got two last ones. I forgot to bring it because I'm old and I forgot, but I found a book in a Nantucket bookstore called Catch 'Em and Cook 'Em, which
Okay.
is a 1961 cookbook
Oh, wow.
by a woman named Bunny Day. And she tells you how to open oysters and also how to hunt for clams at night
Okay.
with a flashlight.
And have you done either of those?
No.
Okay.
But if there's any living relatives of Bunny Day, please email me at books./# bananas.net. Okay. And then the last one I'm going to do, this is my number 30.
Okay.
Sticking with the Russian theme
Yeah.
that we've had tonight, whether it be George or the lady sitting next to
Yeah.
us at the restaurant, Crime and Punishment. And the reason why I'm reading this is because every guy in my life has been like, you haven't read Crime and Punishment? So I'm reading this light fare, which I imagine is about one guy trying to decide if it's okay to kill people. I think I'm right. But this will be, I'll let you know how this goes. I imagine, I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not, but
How far into it are you?
I haven't started. This
Okay,
is
gotcha.
literally my next book, and
Okay.
I'm kind of telling you this so that I can commit to reading it.
I don't know. Just, but do you, can I ask you a question? If you're not feeling it, do you give yourself permission to bail?
No, I finish it.
You gotta give yourself permission to bail.
Really?
No, I disagree. I just
Really?
feel there's too many books. There's too many books in the world. If you're 100 pages in and you don't like a book, you got.
Well, like how many books this summer have you started and bailed on?
Well, I would say I've really only picked up 4 books.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I haven't bailed on anything yet.
Okay, I know what you mean. Like I would have you ever walked out of a movie?
Yeah.
Dang, I have not.
Really?
I don't know. I feel like I feel like
You're like a completionist.
yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I mean, I maybe I should start doing that though, because it is my time. My time is valuable.
Yeah.
But there's something maybe a little, I don't know, I have to finish it, even if I'm miserable during it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa. Something to talk about next time
Something to talk
Professor
about.
Polar stops by.